What's up guys and welcome to another video. In this video I will be explaining to you why successful men, so men that are really good at their career, men that are entrepreneurs, men that build a business, those type of men, achievers, why they typically absolutely suck with women. And also, if you're one of them, how to solve that. Let's start with the core. Let's start by explaining why these men, if that is you, why they suck with women. Because there's two completely different layers of operation here. The first layer of operation is where you build your business. This is where you use logic. This is where you use strategy. This is where you're planning. This is where you're filtering, you're qualifying, you're looking, you're using your brain a lot. And that helps you a lot in business because it's required for business. You have to think, you have to plan, you have to strategize. And this exact skill that is making you your money, that is making sure that your business is growing and thriving, it's the exact skill that's fucking it up with women. So that's the funny thing there. Because it's basically logic. And with women, you don't really want to use logic. You don't want to use logic at all. Women, they don't like logic so much. I mean, they are way more emotional. So if you're having a logical conversation, where are you from? What do you do? Interesting. How old are you? Question, 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 question. Logic, logic. You are turning her off. This is super boring to her. It doesn't make her feel anything. And as long as you're not able to make her feel something, nothing is happening there. You're just one of the guys. Even if you have the business, even if you are successful, doesn't guarantee any success with women. On the contrary, a lot of times it's actually working against you. Because here's the second reason why men typically are unsuccessful with women, why successful men are typically unsuccessful with women. It's because they think just by their success women should want them. So what they do in very subtle or obvious ways, they demonstrate their success to the woman. So they're gonna subtly let her know that he is successful, he has his own business, he drives a good car, and that is a problem because now it's not just that you're boring, also you're qualifying yourself to her. You're showing her why she should go out with you. That puts you underneath her, and thereby it turns her off instantly. The moment you qualify yourself to her, she's like, yeah, not happening at all. So those are the main two reasons that I personally see happening why successful men, entrepreneurial men, suck with women. Now that we talked a little bit about that, let's talk about how to actually fix this. First rule is you never ever qualify yourself to a woman. You don't need to show her that you're a good man. You don't need to tell her that you have a lot of money. You don't need to tell her that you drive a good car and that you have status and people respect you and you build a business and it was so hard. Don't do that. The more you do that, the more you're fucking up. So that's the first thing. Just by not qualifying, you're already way ahead of the other men. Because all the men who are not aware of this are doing this. They are qualifying. So that's one. Don't qualify. Two, and this is the most important thing, you've been focusing on business and you've been thinking that just by growing your business, by growing your finances, you're also growing your skills with women. But that's not the same thing now, is it? Because if I want to become a very good fighter, but I focus on building my business, even if my business becomes successful, does that mean that I'm automatically a good fighter? No, they're two different skills. So to get better with women, you should focus on getting better with women. That's the skill you need. Now, what does that skill entail? A couple of things. One, move away from the logic. How do you do that? By being present to the moment, by being silly, by not giving a fuck, by not needing her. If these four are aligned, automatically you would be making fun. You would be cracking jokes. You would be expressing yourself because you don't give a fuck. You're there anyways. And you want to have a good time. And there's nothing that you need. You just want to have a good time. if you can have this mindset on a date, if you can have this mindset when you approach a woman, the results are going to be magical. The problem is it's not that easy to immediately step into that version, to have that mindset, because you've been doing it the other way for so long already. So there's a couple of tricks that you can use. One thing that you can do that is going to help you tremendously is you can think of a couple of jokes that you can always make that crack you up. Just like having a couple of stories that you can always tell that you know are good stories. And yeah, it's a little bit fake, but the reason why you're doing this is because you want to connect with that part in you. Because if you crack that joke, you know it's going to do well, and she's smiling. What happens is you give yourself permission to be cool. You give yourself permission to be funny, to not give a fuck, because you just did it and you saw, good result. Now let's do more of that. So it's going to teach your nervous system to relax. It's going to teach your nervous system that it's okay, that it's safe, that you can express yourself. It doesn't matter. That's one way to go about it. So, for example, like a woman is always going to ask you, what do you do? She's always going to ask you. And before you would qualify, you would say, oh yeah, I run a business. It's my own. Now what you're going to do is you're going to disqualify. You're going to say, oh, actually I'm homeless. Whatever, crack a joke. Oh yeah, I run my own OnlyFans business. I have beautiful feet. I don't know. If you think it's funny, do it, say it. So these type of questions you're always gonna get. How old are you? What do you do? What do you like to do in life? What are your hobbies? Do you have passions? All these things. Think of at least 10 really fucking funny comebacks to those questions. At least in this way, you're gonna be prepared. So then when she asks you a question, you throw the comeback. And then she's gonna smile, it's gonna make you feel good, it's gonna make you feel like that's okay what you're doing, and that's gonna be an upward spiral. Second thing, because this is what's happening here, is you're using your words and you're using the preparation to touch upon a part inside of you. A part that can be creative, that doesn't need lines, that knows the vibe of fun, and that can actually free flow. And by doing this, you're connecting with that part. But another way to connect with that part, visualization. So close your eyes and really imagine what it would be like if you were actually outcome independent. You didn't need anything, you didn't give a fuck, you were just expressing yourself, having fun, just having an amazing time. Imagine yourself doing that many, many times every day. And before you know it, you're connecting with this part more and more. You're literally building new neural pathways in your brain. And these neural pathways in your brain, they are becoming you. So before you know it, you find yourself actually being that version that you envisioned so much. Those are the two best ways to go about this. So the reason why successful men are unable to attract women is typically because, one, they qualify, and two, the exact skill that made them successful is not helping that with women, which is logic. The way to go about this, rule number one, stop qualifying. But two, be more fun, be carefree, express yourself, don't give a fuck. The way to do that, think of a couple of pre-canned lines, pre-canned comebacks that you find funny, throw them in there to get the ball rolling for yourself, to get the vibe, you know? And then the second thing, visualize. Visualize every day how it would be like to be that version. And then just take a motherfucking shit ton of action. Before you know it, bro, you're gonna get this vibe and you're gonna have an amazing dating life. So, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I read all the questions and I will make a video about them. So, any questions, comment. If you like this type of content, then for sure subscribe, like, it helps me to grow, and also you will not be missing any videos of me. I'll see you in the next one.